video for today. It's not a reaction, however, a lot of you have been asking me if I watched Captain Marvel, and I did, and you asked me what I thought about the movie, and I shared my opinion on my Twitch streams. However, I didn't share my opinion here on YouTube. So in short, I did enjoy the movie. I did see a couple of flaws here and there. However, the movie was not bad at all. But the thing is that I don't want to talk a lot about it because we have tons of reviews out there and tons of people talking about it in more profound English, since my English isn't the best. However, if you ask me personally if I enjoyed the movie, I did, and the reason is that it was just an entertaining movie. I came with the idea, I already knew the issues surrounding the movie, and I knew that everybody was talking about it as if it's a feminist movie, it's a female role, it's a big huge deal, we have to pay a lot of attention to it. But I was like, no, just a movie, just a superhero movie, it's a Marvel movie, it should be entertaining, let's go and watch it. And with that attitude, I actually did enjoy it. However, if I go into details and just truly focus on the bad things, there are, of course, it's not like the marvelous movies out there, if you know what I mean. But it is a good movie, and I don't want to compare it with any other female movie out there or female hero like Wonder Woman, because the sad thing is that people behind the movie were actually focusing on it being a female role superhero movie, and they treated it as such, and that's why other people like us, citizen, we were going there watching it and focusing on the same things that they were actually introducing to us. Yes, I enjoyed the movie. I think it was just an origin kind of story for Captain Marvel, and we will still see Captain Marvel in other movies. However, now we know the face behind Captain Marvel, we know the struggles she went through and her as a character, and Brie Larson did an amazing job. She's a really good actress, and I really like the way she acts and the way she adds humor to serious situation but not being too gimmicky, if you know what I mean. Other than that, the CGI was so amazing, goofy scenes here and there. Some things were like, I don't want to spoil here. I mean, this will be a full of spoilers kind of video because I will be reading your comments, guys. As you can see from the title, it's about you more than about my opinion here. I want to check out your comments on other people's reviews, and I want to see if we have something in common or not, and we can talk about it more. I'm sure some of you will be mentioning all these small details that we were like, oh, seriously? This is how this happened? You know what I mean? Like, this is how it happened? Alright, without further ado, let's go and start checking your comments on other people's reviews. So basically what I did is check the reviews of other YouTubers. Those are regularly YouTubers that I check reviews for movies from, like Jeremy Jans, then we have Joey, I mean Angry Joey Show, and then we have Chris Stockman, as well as Beyond the Trailer. And I did choose one girl here, or one woman, to actually review her review because it was pretty important for me to share this info. But before we continue with that, let's start with Jeremy, and this is his community, and this is what they commented. Geeleaks FF said, this review doesn't matter because Brie Larson said so, and I chose this comment because it was the top comment with 188 replies by now and 5.9k likes, and I feel like there were no dislikes in this one. The thing that is interesting about this is that a week has passed, and we know that right now 60% of people who went and watched this movie are actually male and not female. So Xing Jingle said, now let's wait for the real Captain Marvel. As you know, Shazam is actually Captain Marvel, and we are waiting for that movie to see how awesome it is, or not, but I'm sure it will be. And 340 people agree with me. I'm always sarcastic said, the best part of the whole movie is the Marvel logo intro. Literally cried. Thank you, Stan. You're not always sarcastic because this is real. Guys, when I saw the intro and how they did it so good. I almost cried as well. Even I went with Adrian and he was looking at me, he's like, don't cry now, it's just the start of the movie. I was like, no, I'm not crying, I'm not crying. Aww. And in the movie we have one scene with Stanley, and I really loved it. I was like giggling so much and so happy about it. Now I don't know if they added it with CGI or they actually recorded something like that before and they just added that scene into it, because the movie has been in the making while Stanley was alive, so I don't know. I really hope that in every Marvel movie from now on we still will have cameos. Somehow they will manage it, because in Star Wars we know that they did something like that, so why not in Marvel movies as well? Now keep in mind that Jeremy didn't give the movie the best ratings because he said something like, I would watch it if I was drunk, and that's not the best rating when it comes to him. So he wasn't really amused about the movie. He has his reasons. You can check his review, of course. I'm not gonna recap that. You should go and watch his video, and I will be sharing a link of all the reviews that I am checking today, all the videos that I'm checking in the description, so it's easy for you to just click a link and check their reviews about the movie. Ooh, my mouse! Joshua said heroes should have vulnerability to relate to. Even Thanos, who is not a hero, is relatable more than Captain Marvel. I actually don't agree with this because Captain Marvel, that's her character. She's a bit different than the regular heroes that you see out there. Brie is actually more serious kind of girl. As I said, she's not gimmicky a lot. And we saw her origin, we saw when she was a kid and growing up. And if you haven't related to any of the scenes when she was a kid, then I will be like, what kind of a childhood did you have? I'm sure it's an individual opinion. However, I think the majority would actually see from all of those scenes in the origin story and following the whole story within the movie, you can see that it is relatable, even though we don't have superheroes and heroes and extraterrestrials and whatnot. You know what I mean. And the last one from Jeremy would be, you are right, but love equality, hate toxic feminism, skipping this movie. I don't understand. Why would you skip a movie based on someone's opinion or what someone said about it? It's as if you have to like every person that worked on a movie and agree with every person that worked on a movie, from the CGI masters to assistants to vocalists to like everyone behind the movie, in order for you to actually give the movie a chance. Just because an actor or a main actor said something about a movie or shared her own individual opinion related to the movie doesn't mean that you should actually skip the movie. She has nothing to do with the movie. It's her opinion. Yeah, she acted in the movie, but she doesn't stand behind the movie and represent it as a whole. She's a part of it. Even though she's the main actress in the movie, she's just a part of it. People should separate people working on a movie and the actual movie, like characters in the movie and actors. The actor opinion is not the character opinion within a movie. And skipping a movie just because of a comment like, oh, it's total feminism, I'm skipping this movie. Give it a chance. Give things a chance before you judge. Now, on the other hand, we have Angry Josho or Joey. He actually liked the movie more than his friends. I feel like his friends really affected his opinion about it. He did give it a good review at the end. However, they had really sarcastic comments. I really enjoy watching his reviews because it's always funny and he's always angry about something. And this time he was pretty angry about specific things within the movie that could have been done better. But I think that his audience as well in the comment was 50-50. They didn't know with whom they agree, and he did get a lot of dislikes on his video. As I said, you can check his video in the link down below, but let's now check his comments. Justin said, damn, that's a lot of dislikes. Which is true, 30k dislikes, almost halfway dislikes. Why? Jude Skater said, Captain Marvel, the first Avenger. Captain America, I beg to differ. This is one thing I agree with, because we always thought Captain America was the first, and that's something that gave him the power within the whole Avenger community and within other heroes as well. He's the oldest, he's the wisest, he knows what he's doing. And then we have Captain Marvel as the first Avenger. She's the reason Avengers exist, and now we're like, am I supposed to respect her as much as I respect Captain America just because? And that's the problem. She still doesn't have my full respect, and I don't know how to change that. Maybe in the future when she does something really awesome related to Thanos' story or the next Avenger movie, then maybe then. But I am so scared that she will have a major role in that movie that everyone else will be shadowed, and I'm like, no. I grew up with those heroes. They should have the final saying. Wow, I mean. Petrino said, Nick Fury was betrayed by his best friend. It was so moving and tragic. Lol, the cat did it. Why did you just spoil everyone? The freaking cat! The cat was the last person Nick Fury trusted. What the F? I'm so done. This is so true. He never talked about it. In movies, we were always, what happened to his eye? What happened to his eye? It's like, the cat did it. I actually did mention this at the start of the video, and I was like, I don't want to spoil it, but by now we have a lot of spoilers. The cat did it, and I was like, no way, this is a joke, right? Because he put so much attention into it, but he never said the story, which makes it a bit more understandable because he never talked about it, and he was just saying that it was the last person he trusted, and you were thinking oh, what happened? Then the cat did it. It's funny, it's a funny thing that happened, but at the same time, I see why he's ashamed to mention it. Last time I trusted someone, I lost an eye. A cat. Freaking cat. I trusted the cat. I was like, and I ended with no eye. Yeah. Mecha42 said, there's a lot of 10 out of 10 review brigading going on. It's by no means a perfect movie, but it's not a 10 or a 1. I can see a fair score being somewhere in the middle. Goose the cat was awesome. The rest of the movie was boring and predictable. Captain Marvel came across as being very snotty and bitchy a lot of the time. Pretty much everything important is in the trailer. I do not agree that everything important was in the trailer. I didn't understand the story within the trailer. I did understand like going back and forth within everything, but I thought that was a part of her powers. I didn't think that was the origin story behind everything, how she became who she became, and giving it a fair score somewhere in the middle. I do agree with that, maybe a bit above the middle, because the CGI was awesome, dialogues were really good, the story was good, the acting from Brie was good. However, some specific details give you the feeling that it wasn't an amazing epic movie. Like, I didn't see in any scenes that I would say like, oh, that was so epic. Yeah, they were good, but not epic. Chris Stockman said that it was somewhat of an origin story. However, he thinks that it should be something like a starting point for something more awesome. That's what he is predicting and what he's waiting for, something more awesome than this. It was just a meh. He didn't say it exactly in those words. This is what I realized and what I understood from his review. But if you wanna know what he exactly thought, you can check his video in the link down in the description, as I said for the other ones as well. But let's go and check his comments and what his community thinks about the movie. Fair, he has only 3.4k dislikes compared to 55k likes on his reviews, so people did agree with Chris more than with Joey. Uto said, imagine if this movie were made by WDDC, the critics would be tearing it in a new hole every day and Rotten Tomatoes score would be in the 30s. I don't think this movie got any different reactions or any different treatment just because it's a Marvel movie. I even think it got worse reactions and predictions because it was a Marvel movie. Like DC, when they did Wonder Woman, they really approached it in a more serious tone than when it comes to Captain Marvel, because in Captain Marvel, this is a person that we didn't hear a lot about. This is a person that not a lot of people knew about this hero, and suddenly she became a major role. Like, everybody would expect Black Widow or someone we already are introduced with to have a female hero separate movie, and then Captain Marvel comes out of nowhere, and that's why they got a harsh predicament, and I feel like this is not something that I agree with. Ryan said, the only reason that I'm confident Captain Marvel won't ruin Endgame is because of the Russo brothers. If anyone can take a bland, underdeveloped character and turn them around, it's them. Okay, you are optimistic about it, Ryan, so I hope you're right, because I really hate when things flops. I really like that people, whoever works on something that they give and dedicate a lot of time on, that they actually succeed. I really hate for someone to give so much time and believe in something so much just to see it flop. It does not deserve to flop. Assassin said, it felt more of an introduction of Captain Marvel and setup of Endgame than the story of Marvel herself. Yeah, that's true. I mean, come on guys, we know why this movie came at this specific time. In the credit scenes you can see that it is a stepping stone for Endgame. This movie had to be made because if Captain Marvel came out of nowhere, we'd be like, what the actual hell? Who is she? Who's this person? I even think that they should have introduced her even before, like a couple of movies before, and then just not mention her for a while, and then just bam, bring her back, and we'd be like, oh, that's why. But now it feels more like it's forced, it had to happen, and they were too scared to do it before, but then they say how Wonder Woman succeeded, and we're like, yeah, let's do it. Separate movie for Captain Marvel, she deserves this. David Young, and what about Stan Lee's cameo appearance? He kept repeating a line which makes me think that this will connect to IW Endgame somehow. When he was repeating those lines, he was actually reading the Mallrats script, and that is why. However, who knows, maybe there is a reason behind it. You never know with them. Chris really liked the CGI just as I did, and Deontes Owens liked it as well by saying, I agree, the CGI was on point. And last but not least, I really wanted to add another person's review, and this one is a woman. It's beyond the trailer. She does amazing reviews and reactions as well, and she has a lot of information put together, which makes me wonder, how does she even have the time to find all the infos behind her videos? I'm sure there is a team behind it, I'm sure. Now she has 2.1k dislikes and 9.9k likes, which means people agree with her. However, me personally, some points she mentioned I do not agree with, especially that she approaches this movie as a feminist movie, and she thinks that everyone besides Brie thought that this movie should be a feminist movie and should be a movie that only is dedicated to a female audience or female hero lovers. And nope, it's not a feminist movie. Yeah, it had more of feminist approach, which is totally normal. She's a female and there are other female characters within the movie that are powerful. It has more females in the movie. Well, when you think about it, not actually, it was almost 50-50. But I guess people are not used to see something like that. If you replace Captain Marvel with a male character, it would be that you wouldn't even notice the other female characters in the movie. It would be like any other superhero movie. And that's the thing. You should treat it as any other superhero movie. It should not have anything to do with gender. The moment we stop pointing on gender, pointing on any of these issues, is the moment when we actually will start enjoying stuff in life. I don't know why it matters if it's a female or a male. They became heroes, they helped, they punched, they slid a joke or two here and there. They did their role, they did their job. She wasn't acting as a woman in the movie. She was actually more manly than some characters out there, especially in comics. That is my opinion. However, let's see what her community thinks about it. D. Baggington said, in conclusion, it is Captain Feminism, lol. 854 likes. 35 replies. Captain Feminism? Too harsh in my opinion, but let me know in the comments if you agree with me or not. Geekbeat said, I also think I would rather go into Shazam. The release date of these two movies are close to each other. Why do you have to choose between one and two? Unless you really have to save money and you have to pick and choose between both movies. But if not, why? Shazam and Captain Marvel has nothing to do with each other. What is wrong? What am I missing? Oh, because Shazam was supposed to be Captain Marvel? Charlie Solis said, a lot of reviews are saying that Wonder Woman did it better. Wonder Woman was the first female hero movie. Everybody had low expectations. They were like, no way this will succeed. They went and watched the movie with low expectation and the movie did decently. It was really good actually, and it did decent. They were like, oh, this was so totally not what I expected. It was awesome movie. And then you have Captain Marvel, the second female hero, like the second biggest female hero movie out there, and they were like, okay, let's now compare it to Wonder Woman. But they had really terrible predictions about Wonder Woman, and then they liked it, and now they are like, okay, Captain Marvel did not do as good as Wonder Woman. However, if Captain Marvel was the first one, it would have the same thing. The same thing would happen. Jake the Gearheart said, no one in their right mind wouldn't want women to have equal opportunities to be written into cast in a movie. However, some people like me want more characters like Alita and Wonder Woman instead of preachy Mary Sue. Alita, the one from the movie, not the comics or the mangas. Alita from the movie. Chabarchak said, disagree. I am not a Chris Evans fan, but he didn't need a couple films to get his footing. Captain America was great from the get-go. In fact, the first one is still my favorite, though admittedly I do like World War II period flicks. For me, the first movie was amazing. They literally nailed it, and the other movies were good as well. I feel like it just got better and better. And that's what I expect from this hero as well. That's it, guys. I will be ending here. Everybody has different kind of reviews. Some people liked it, some people didn't like it as much, but I don't see a lot of people truly hating on it. Although at the start I thought a lot of people are hating on it, and the haters are getting hated and nobody's loving it. Nobody is even admitting that they like the movie. However, now I feel like after a week from the movie coming out, people are changing their opinion and they might give it a second chance, and they might even change their opinion at the end when we have a second or a third movie coming out and we see more of Captain Marvel. Now let me know in the comment down below what you think about it and which of these reviewers you agree the most. Do you have any other movie reviewers on YouTube that you like to check, and did you like this kind of video? I would do more of these kind of videos on my other channel. However, this channel is more for reactions, and that's why I am a bit like, should I even post this video or not? But let me know in the comment down below if you liked it, and slap that like if you did so I can see what you think. Thanks so much. Check out this reaction playlist, and also I have a second channel, Bunny, as I mentioned. You can check it out here, and I stream on Twitch every single day. There will be a link in the description also for all these reviews that you have already seen, like that I mentioned from the other YouTubers. You can check a link in the description as well for that. Thank you so much for watching. Stay awesome, I love your faces, and see you soon. Bye.